Welcome to another tutorial on overhead reapportionment. Today we are doing the simultaneous or algebraic method. On your top left has already been solved. Now the totals for all the departments or the total overhead for all the departments are stated over here. So we will state for department A, department B, and department C. But let's pay attention to how we are going to derive these numbers for department T and department M. These are the service. Now we are using the algebraic. Our attention should be on this part. Now that we have generated the total overheads for department T, which is 3464 here and 5464 here, 5460 here. But this is not actually the total overheads that is only attributed to the service department T and department M. Remember, department T and department M also provide services to each other. So we need to use the simultaneous method in ascertaining the total overheads that should be attributed to department T and department M. If we want to find the total overheads that is attributed to department M, we need to make sure that we set up an equation that will help department T benefit from department M, and department M also benefit from department T. So in this scenario, you have the two service departments are T and M. So let's T represent all the total overheads of department T, and let M represent all the total overheads of department M. If we want to set up an equation for department T, let's get to this side. This side is of utmost importance, and please pay attention here. Now, if you go here, you'll see that when we'll check the top, you see departments. So department T here and department M here. It shows that department T cannot provide services for itself, so it's 0 over here because department T is not providing services for itself. It is providing service for other departments. Department M is benefiting 10% from department T, whilst department T is benefiting 5% from department M. Let me repeat that again. If we check this particular table, you will see that department M is benefiting 10% from department T, and department T is benefiting 5% from department M. Okay, so the total overheads here, as stated over here, should be 3464 plus 5% of department M. 5% of department M. Then M is 5460 plus 10% of department T. Now, having established these two equations, let's use the substitution method. T is entirely the whole of this, and M is entirely the whole of this. So we can choose to put T in M or M in T. So let's put M in T. Okay, so T is 3464 plus 0.5 M, and M is equal to this whole equation. So T equal 3464 plus 0.505 into brackets. Then we put this whole equation here, right? Because here is M. Now, when we put that whole equation here, we can simply multiply and open the brackets. So 0.05 times 5460 is 273. 0.05 times 0.10 will give us 0.05005t. Now, we have to find the like terms or group the like terms. Now, we bring this whole here, and this is 1. Remember, 1 minus 0.05 will give us 0.995. Then the addition of the like term 3464 plus 273 will give us 3737. Now let's divide to get t. So we are going to get 3756. So that is what we will bring here. Okay, so we will bring this whole here, right? Then after getting t, then we put it in the equation, m equation. So 5460 plus 0.01t multiplied by 3756 will give us 5836. So we will bring this whole thing uh, here. Now, after getting this, we need to go and share. So we have to go back into the table and share using these ratios. So you see, if we are going to share department T, then we bring department T down, put it into brackets, then we use this ratio 30%, 40%, 30%, and 10%. So 30 is to 40 is to 10 is to 30 is to 10. When we multiply 30% times 3756, you get 1127. Likewise for the rest. So here 10% times 3756 will be attributed to department M. In order to share department T, we need to add uh, this to this. So the total of 6213. Now note something over here. Note something over here. If you are going to share department M, we use this ratio. So 40 is to 30 is to 25 is to 5. 40% times 6213 will give us 2485. 30% times 6213, 1864. 25% times 6213, 1553. And 5% times 6213 will give us 311. Look, this is the unique way of dealing with algebraic expression because you share for department T. Now, this is completely irrelevant. So we only need the total. This is completely irrelevant. You don't share this again. So let me state over here. The share of department T is not shared again, right? So you only total this, this, and this to get this total for department A, B, and C. I hope you understood the explanation. Please kindly leave a comment at the description section. And if you didn't understand anything, just leave a comment and let that help us improve.